Welcome to Left Footers, the Unlikely Five-a-Side podcast. This is week 2 of our Fantasy Football League edition, and it is a bleak, dark, black week. I have had a shocker. I'm in 16th place, sliding down towards the relegation zone. I know it's early days, but I feel like Everton right now. I'm looking at my team, and if it wasn't for Haaland, I know lots of people have said the same thing. I captained Haaland, obviously called it last week that there'd be a bit of a pile on with Luton. Turned out to be justified, as obviously he scored a hat-trick, so 34 points for Haaland. Nobody else really did the biz for me. Robinson and Saliba got me some points from defence. The rest of my team, I don't know what they're playing at. I really don't know what they're playing at. Rashford, I don't even know what I was thinking. I'll be honest, when I picked my team before the start of the season, I did auto pick. It threw Rashford in. I changed 99% of the rest of the players, and I thought, do you know what? Nobody else is going to want him because he had a terrible season. And he's just started off having a terrible season. He's just going to carry on. He's just going to keep letting me down. And I think I'm in a position with Rashford now where this is like a relationship that is just sort of tailing off. I keep saying, like, he'll change for me. Like, it'll go back to how it used to be. It'll be good. It'll be great again. But no. It's gone. It's really sad. So he might have to come out before next week. I've not even looked at the fixtures. I can't bring myself to. Actually, I already know because I'm gonna. I'll be there. But it's Manchester United versus Liverpool this weekend. So I can't see. If I take him out, he'll score. I know. This is what happens when you're in a toxic relationship with a player. You get stuck. Anyway, enough about me and my tragic week. Some movers and shakers this week. I've got to say straight off the bat, last week's whipping boys, Whitton Lane Wobblers. Oh my God, what a week he's had. 96 points, which has pulled him out from the bottom up to 12th. I would say there is a little bit of a false economy here. He's triple captained Haaland. Most people will try and do that when there's a double game week later in the season, but obviously it's got in his head. He's listened to it. I've got in his head after calling him out in the first week. And he had Haaland in there. He's had some good players in there though. So Robinson in defence got him 7 points. Palmer 17, Gordon 10, and then 51 off Haaland, which brought him in at 96 points this week. So pulled him right off the bottom. Will that triple captain call catch him out later in the season? We don't know. He's got 51 points of it, so fair play to him. But fair play, mate. Whitton Lane Wobblers, you are off the bottom. This week's bottom place is Ash's Villains. Shocker. If it weren't for Palmer's pulled in at 17. Who did he captain? He captained Foden, who didn't even get on the pitch. So yeah, he's if it weren't for Palmer, he'd have been dead in the water, to be honest. Yeah, Porro came in at 6, and as you can see, the rest of the team didn't really deliver. Oh, Saliba, sorry. So if it wasn't for them, it wasn't really going to happen. Even vice captain Watkins, that's got to hurt. So yeah, rough times, but it's been a rough week for me as well. But 47 points is a poor return. Towards the top of the table, who have we got? We have got our old friend Hunter's Wingnuts is back up there at the top. Big shout out to Dini in a bottle, 87 points, great week. Pretty much got all the calls right. Saliba, Van Dijk, Van de Ven all came in with good points. Even Mazrari, whatever he's called at United, got an assist even though they lost, so he still got him 4 points. Some outsiders there with Gibbs White came in at 10, Salah at 10, and then Captain Haaland, which is obviously the obvious choice there. So 87 points, great week for Dini in a bottle. Let's put him in second place. Where's our boy Aaron? Here he is. 75 points for Aaron, who is adamant you can't have Haaland. He is adamant. He told me, he sent me a message the other day saying Haaland would blank against Ipswich. So quite happy with that. I was a little bit annoyed because from a personal point of view, Garnaccio's goal gets ruled out against Brighton, which would have helped me. Obviously it would have helped him as well, he's got him in the same team, but would have helped me. Hits Xerxes' knee on the line and gets disallowed, and then stoppage time winner from João Pedro, who the man, the myth, the legend, Aaron J has in his team. So it was a double whammy, to be honest. Really upset about that, but made all the big calls. Raya came in at 10, Gabriel, Alexander-Arnold, 6 apiece. Son, good old Sonny came in at 16. Captain Salah and got 20, so he's not a million miles off the pace with everybody else. And then João Pedro 8, as I just said, and but yeah, good week for him. He's holding firm in 5th place. He's dropped, but he's in the mix. He's in the mix. Only 12 off the top. Who else did we have? Yeah, Hunter's wing. Let's give him the credit he deserves. Go in. Not as good a week, but obviously he's just trying to be. He's consistent so far. So Alexander-Arnold, Saliba 6 apiece, Saka 6, Jota, Gordon, Salah captain. No Haaland in there, and he's showing he can hold it out at the top. So yeah, no stunning weeks. The best week in the game altogether was 154 points, but again, someone's triple captain gone early. But if you look at this team, every call he could have got right, he's got right. This kind of dream week you have where everyone's pitched in. So Vicario 6, Zuri 4, Robertson 6, Romero 14, obviously he scored, Smith Rowe, Salah, Madueke 20. 20 points. Bowen 8, Son 16, Haaland 51 as a triple captain, and Welbeck 9. Madueke, we've got to say, he is one of those anomalies this weekend. I think there's certain players this weekend pitched in with stuff you can't rely on it. So 20 points from him after cussing out Wolverhampton. I have been there. I'm not calling him a liar, but seems to be the motivation he needed to get himself a hat-trick. So, which obviously him and Palmer just having a right giggle together in Wolverhampton. So fair play to him, 20 points. But again, I went through everyone's team, and excuse me if someone did have him, but I couldn't find anyone in our league who decided to plump for him. Not many people actually have Palmer in our league either, where you've got your certain players where everyone's got the same one. So it's whether you try and keep up with the Joneses or whether you think they're going to drop off and try and be clever and pick someone else. And obviously we're all idiots. None of us actually know what's going to happen. We just plump it, and then we either call ourselves geniuses or say we were done by. Rashford. Main point scorers this week, I would say we had so Madueke was the top scorer with 20 points, Haaland 17, Palmer 17, Son 16, Diaz and Romero both 14. The outsiders for me, the ones that you wouldn't expect that are going to consistently score points every week, Gibbs White, Jackson and Smith Rowe all with 10, and Thomas Partey 11 points, but again, probably a bit of an anomaly, those ones. I wouldn't rely on those ones to be banking double digits every week. I've just got to go off and regroup, I think. It's very, very difficult. You've got to front up. First thing I got was a message from Aaron saying, what's going to happen? Are you going to do an episode this week? Are you going to do an episode week? Like, I'm not going to front up. I'm bullish. I think we're going to go. We've gone away. We've worked on it. We've looked at the tactics. I've looked at my team. I haven't looked at the fixtures this weekend, so it's probably going to hold me back at some point. Let's have a quick look now while I've got you. So, Saturday, right, so where the big hit is Arsenal-Brighton. That'll be a banger, but I couldn't call it. Goals both games there, I'd say. I don't know if the clean sheets are going to come in on that one. Brighton looking pretty sweet right now. Brentford-Southampton, could be a pile-on, who knows. Everton-Bournemouth, who knows with Everton. Ipswich-Fulham. Again, no one really knows what Ipswich can do yet. They've played Liverpool and Man City, to be fair to them, and they've given it a go, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Leicester Villa, Forest Wolves, West Ham Man City. None of them are real standouts. Obviously, you'd probably back Man City, but then, West Ham looked all right at the weekend as well. On the Sunday, you've got Chelsea, Palace. Palace started off a little bit ropey, and Chelsea look like, who knows, you flip a coin, they could blow you away or not turn up, who knows. Similar to last season, I guess, but no one knows what Maresca's got them playing like yet. Newcastle, Tottenham and Man United, Liverpool. So there's no standout landslide games there. I think everything is... I think captain's going to be the key this time. Not sure who to go for. I don't know if Haaland's going to be the answer this weekend. But Mo Salah's got a great record against United. He loves tearing them up at Old Trafford, so that could be a good shout. People seem pretty divided on on Salah or Haaland for captain, and you can't really argue with either of them, to be honest. Palmer could be a shout against Palace, could get a bit of movement there. I don't know, who knows? I don't know anything. I'm 16th. Why am I even giving advice? I can't be giving advice. I'm 16th out of 23 teams. 16th. I reckon we've only got 3-4 weeks before the bottom 4 or 5 just pretend they're not paying attention anyway, and then I'm just cut adrift at the bottom with people that have got, you know, like just nothing but oranges and reds and stuff like that, because they haven't bothered picking a team. Someone's injured and has been for 6 months. I remember, like, in the leagues last season, you start looking at the bottom going, oh, they've had a rough week, and then you realise that, you know, 4 of their players got transferred out in January, but they just haven't bothered checking it, and then you realise, actually, I'm a lot closer to the bottom than I thought I was going to be here. Yeah, God, some people had some good weeks. We had the Badgers, 85 points. Aston Villa, 89 points. It was a great week. What a Pinnock, 81. Yeah, Living Saliba Loca, 82. Mainu team name, 80. Yeah, just some people just plucking out. Who knows? We'll find out if it's luck. Obviously, it will start to level out a bit. Some people will hit form. Some teams will hit a bit of form. Some people use a bit of common sense and drop Rashford. I thought he loved me. I just thought he loved me. We had a magical year together a couple of years ago, and it's like I can't just keep clinging on for that. Last year he kept disappointing me, in and out, playing with me, toying with my emotions, and I genuinely thought he'd changed. Made all the big talk promises over the summer, like supposed to go to the Euros, but you know, didn't happen. And I thought him not going would make him reevaluate what I meant to him, but it hasn't, and he's just phoning it in. And I need more. I deserve more than that. I've put everything into this, and yeah, it's too upsetting. So yeah, big shout out this weekend to Hunter's Wingnuts again. Stayed up there. He's only got a 10-point lead and didn't have the best week, so he needs to reevaluate as well, I would say. I mean, what did he get? 63. I had 61, so it's only because he had a good first week, really. So he'll be worried with people fast on his tail, especially Deeney in a bottle, had a blinder, and Living Saliba Locar, Mainu team name. Yeah, there's not much between it. There's about 15 points between the top 6 teams. So anything could happen going forward. And again, we're 2 weeks in. There's so much time to go. There'll be an international break soon, and then that'll mess things up when people come back, because we won't know who flew in late and blah blah blah. And we still, again, I just got to keep pointing out, we don't know what we're doing. None of us do. I don't care who you are. I was just looking at the thing earlier, the statistics. You can check free kick takers, blah blah blah. No one knows. We don't know what's going to happen, because you can round the keeper, ping it into an empty net, it hits some idiot's fucking knee on the line, and then it's disallowed. And then all of a sudden you've got João Pedro scoring a winning goal, and Aaron J giving it the big one, who thinks Haaland was going to strike a blank and he's going to be a disappointment this season. It's the only thing I'm clinging on to, because he's ahead of me. Yeah, so that'll be us. New episode, meeting Aaron later today to record the next episode of the five-a-side episodes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for just being here for me. I needed you today. I needed you. I needed you to hear, just to hear me, just to be seen. I generally wear black, but today it feels more apt because of the week I've had. So, thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. Hopefully, we go again. We'll be back bigger, better, and stronger, and try and fight away from the relegation zone. Oh Jesus, I'm basically the Sean Dyche of Fantasy Football League right now. See you next week.